3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a weekly show about video games old and new. My name is Tyler Everett, and this is episode 73.
Heyo.
I'm joined once again by the one, the only, the Brian Maxwell. How's it going, man?
Good, man. We're rolling with Discord tonight.
Discord hype.
I feel a little bit less upset with Skype right now. A little bit guilty.
You feel less upset with
guilty?
Skype?
Yeah, how do you feel less upset?
Because the music's playing and it got real choppy and cut out, and I could barely hear Tyler, just like with Skype.
Hey, don't ruin my Discord high right now, okay? Discord's working great. You guys are all looking wonderful. I can see Aaron Kring is with us as well.
Tyler, I gotta say, I'm really...
These visual jokes work great on our audio show.
It's an audio. Go on.
Yep.
I'm really digging the new template you got there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's looking real fresh.
It's so fresh and so clean. And speaking of fresh and clean, we got a fresh, clean Luke Phillips for everybody. How's it going?
Yeah, good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you here, Luke. I wouldn't have it any other way if I had my druthers about it. That's the thing people say, huh?
Phrase.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think anymore, but
No?
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Well, you know, I just like to keep it fresh here on Questlog and keep you on your toes. It's so funky fresh. Brian, if you could just work more gang signs and gestures into the show, that'd be much appreciated.
Can do, buddy.
Oh,
Can
man.
do.
Hey.
Yeah, out of all of us, Brian's the one to be flashing the gang signs.
I'm from the streets.
Yeah.
From the hood.
What's new with you guys? Is anything cool happened to you this week? I crashed my car into another car like a big stupid idiot. So that's how my week's been going. It's not great.
It's kind of a tough act to follow.
Yeah. Kring, I can't hear Kring anymore.
Did you mute
himself?
Can't you though?
Yeah, that's better.
Himself.
I did mute myself.
Your mic
Discord is
works-
better than Skype.
Mike works better when it's not muted.
Tyler, why did you crash your car into another car? That seems like
Yeah, why would you do
what you're
that?
supposed to do.
Why would a person choose to do that?
He looked like he needed it. I mean, if I'm being honest, he looked like he deserved it. I was like, that guy, just gonna run right into him, see what happens.
What happened?
It was the definition of an accident. Well, it turns out the driver's side rear wheel on a Chevy Envoy super resilient to the front end of a Monte Carlo. Just mess it right up.
It wasn't
So
that bad.
If you're wondering, wasn't it though, Luke?
I've seen a lot worse.
That's
yeah,
true.
It's a lot worse.
Yeah,
You're
no one,
fine.
no one died. I lived.
This is fine.
And it's just gonna cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and it'll be fine.
Hey,
I'm
jump
sure.
change.
Yeah. Well, when you got that, #1 podcast in the Eastern Michigan Thumb area money, you know,
Yeah.
it's no big deal. You can afford to
Wait,
run
you
your
have
car into
that?
people. Oh yeah.
It's the other
Oh,
podcast.
so much of it.
Oh,
Yeah. So
That's why he's always so late for this one. He's finishing up the other one.
That's you figured it out.
you got to start with that moneymaker, Luke.
Yeah. Gotta pay them bills, them car running into other cars' bills. But yeah, no, what's new with you guys?
I've been eating peanut butter ice cream.
Oh
Is that
shit.
new?
That's a thing.
Yeah. What's what
Were you
what
not
brand?
eating it
Let's
before?
get that sponsorship money.
Well,
What brand
like
is
last
it?
week, relatively new. I don't like trying new things. This is big for me. Let me have this.
You know what? I would never try peanut butter ice cream, so you're braver than I am.
Why would you never try it?
Thank
It's
you.
peanut butter and it's ice cream. Those are two wonderful things.
Well, Tyler, when you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day for your childhood from
no,
the
no,
age
no.
of like 7 to 18, tend to
gonna-
not like peanut butter.
I'm gonna break
Yeah,
you
but-
of this right now.
You grown.
Yeah, you're gonna tell me you're gonna sit here as a grown ass man and tell me that you don't enjoy a good Reese's peanut butter cup from time to time.
Well, actually, that's the weird thing. Though I've never really cared for peanut butter, but Reese's peanut butter cups
Yeah,
have always just been fantastic to me.
it's kind of its own thing. It's not really peanut.
It's not. It's
butter.
not real peanut butter.
It's,
It's fake peanut butter.
chemical.
It's
Peanut
peanut
butter.
butter,
It's like,
and they
here's
just
this
add a
fake
bunch
ass
of
peanut
sugar
butter, and we're
to
gonna
it.
put a bunch of sugar in it.
Yeah,
and we're
there
gonna
it
call
is.
it peanut butter, but it's not peanut butter.
Well, it's close enough. Anyway,
Aaron,
But
I-
I also enjoy peanuts.
Aaron, I do know one thing you do enjoy:
What?
biscuits and gravy with an egg on top.
Biscuits and gravy with egg
bitches
on
and
top.
gravy.
I'm telling you, that's the only way to live life.
I didn't know I was
Biscuits,
living
got
life
it.
wrong until you sent me that picture.
You are living life wrong, Luke, because then that egg yolk gets mixed in with a little gravy. You get that little bit of a bite of a biscuit with some
Yeah.
gravy and a little bit of egg yolk on it, and it's the best thing. It's the
I
best.
had that
thing.
this week too.
You're all welcome.
It makes it, like,
Tyler,
10%
I'm getting
better.
close to. I'm
Tyler, I
getting close
think we're
to
going
trying
to
this
Stuff
as a
Buns
meal.
sometime this week for lunch.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and we should go to that one restaurant that has that name too.
Yeah, we do have the explicit tag on the podcast, so go for it. Gonna-
Yeah, I should be in the office
Stuff
Tuesday,
it right
Luke.
in
We can stuff buns that day if you want.
See you at
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah, I've never been on the biscuits and gravy as a meal train, so adding eggs to the equation, I think, is something that could put me over the edge.
That's
I
gonna
think
do it.
It's going to heighten the
That's how,
experience.
that's how I always had it as a kid. My parents would make biscuits and gravy, and they would always make my dad would always make some
force
eggs
feed
as
peanut butter and
well.
jellies down your throat, apparently at the same time.
Don't sit here and attempt to high road me about me and my dislike of peanut butter, Tyler. There are plenty of things in this world that you dislike that I enjoy. Yes, Brian.
Was it like strawberry jelly, grape jelly?
Yeah,
Is
Typically, it
jelly
was-
ruined too now?
It's not. No, jelly's not ruined. Jelly's
Explain
fantastic.
yourself. Okay.
It's not adding up.
Jelly is fantastic. It's
Yeah,
that
Story's starting to fall apart.
peanut butter. Peanut butter is the dominant flavor in a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The jelly is like an accessory flavor. It accompanies the peanut
Oh,
butter.
you don't have enough jelly on there then.
Yeah.
How
Get
much
some
jelly are
jelly.
you supposed to have?
All of it.
More?
I go equal parts. If I'm being honest, I try to go equal.
That's what I do. I go
Oh.
equal parts, but I always felt like the peanut butter is the stronger flavor.
No, you need more jelly than peanut butter.
Like,
Oh, really?
What are we talking? 60-40 jelly?
Oh my god! Email the show,
70-30.
mail at questlogcast.com. We need to know the right
75,
ratio.
25.
Wow.
Yeah. Big fan of jelly.
Luke likes a jelly sandwich with a smear of peanut butter.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
I
I
want
can tie it into the
want it
biscuits.
real sloppy.
Do you put jelly on your biscuits?
Yes, I will butter up a biscuit and put jelly on it.
If there's
That's
no
really
gravy,
good.
yeah.
If there's if
Okay.
there's no gravy. Yep.
That's the right answer.
Now hold on. Did we determine
We-
the correct
it is so
jelly to
decided.
put on a peanut butter and jelly? Because it's seeds. It's the raspberry preserves with the seeds. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
For me, it was always my mom's. My mom used to make strawberry jam, and that
Mm.
homemade strawberry jam was where it was at. It's always
Can
strawberry.
someone Give me the Reader's Digest of like jam versus jelly versus preserves.
Yes.
No.
You ready? Jelly is fruit juice turned into a jelly. Jam
Can't
is
use the word to define itself.
Gelatin.
jam is the juice of the fruit and fruit pulp.
Yes.
So like you just like mash up the strawberries and then turn it into a jam. Preserves are whole pieces of fruit.
Mm.
That just like liquefies and becomes something
You put it in with the pectin and it like gelatinizes and it turns into the jelly sort of.
I'm here for them
Texture, I
I
preserves.
don't know why I asked that. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's more like
No,
take,
it's
the,
okay.
take the fruit and then just mash it.
Just mash it in
That's
there.
your
Yeah,
preserves.
that's what I want. I want them preserves.
Gotta get the chunks.
I'm here for the preserves. Hey, you know
You
what?
guys ever put potato chips on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Not on it.
Yeah, put some
I've
fucking
tried
ruffles
it.
on there.
It ain't for me.
I've done potato chips on sandwiches before, and it's where it's at. Brian, you know how to live.
Okay,
Thank
I know that we've been going hard on the food game already
Can't
so
say
far.
hard on here,
I'm
man.
gonna
Like,
say it every time I
reel it
can,
in.
Brian.
We're
Okay.
losing people.
All right. Here, is there a limit on the weirdness of a potato chip that you will try?
Try no.
Because I think I hit my limit today. I think I learned a lesson.
I mean, I'll put
Are they
anything in my
cappuccino
mouth
chips?
once.
Kroger, the grocery store, has a private selection brand. I think they call private selection, and it's where they seem to try weird things. I got me some crinkle cut potato chips that were flavored like General Tso's chicken, and these are a mistake. They are a abomination. They are a thing that should not be.
Now, did they fuck up the flavor, or did they nail the flavor, but it shouldn't be on a chip?
There's a little more soy, a little more ginger than I want in that flavor, and I don't know how you make something that isn't made of meat taste like chicken and have that go well. It wasn't pleasant. It didn't nail
I've
it.
had cheeseburger chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not pleasant.
No, they're bad, but they can really make it taste like a cheeseburger.
They imitated those.
Yeah.
Really, really
It
good,
smells
but
like
you
it
don't
smells
want
like
it.
Chinese food, but
Lay's had a chicken and waffles potato chip a while back. They were trying out some new flavors, and that was one of the ones you could vote on, was chicken and waffles. It tasted like chicken and waffles, which is an awful potato chip.
they made like a cappuccino one too, and I remember that being
Yeah.
real weird. And I was like, yeah,
That was
you
my
guys
line.
nailed
It was
it.
just like, I'm not going to try every stupid flavor. Let that one
I tried it.
sail over the plate.
Not proud of it, but I tried it. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Be careful out there, kids. They're making weird ass chips lately.
That seems
Yeah.
that seems weird that they would have such weird ass chips under the same brand name as such fabulous cookies and cream ice cream.
Weird ass chips is gonna be the
That's
show
wrong.
title. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, they're more concerned if they could as opposed to if they should.
Yeah, we've kind of gone too far, I think.
In all regards, with that said, let's talk about what games we've been playing. Hey, there's games that we played, and we did it this week. And I'm gonna let Brian kick us off with something new, something new.
Something new? Well, it's new to me. I've been trucking
Yeah.
this week, y'all. I've been playing American Truck Simulator.
Show me your tanned arm. Show it.
What's that?
Doesn't one arm
Again,
have,
this is
It's new to him.
doesn't one arm have like an extra great tan?
Yeah,
For
the
kids?
arm.
You're
the arm
hanging
that
that
you
one
get
arm
out
out
the window
all the time while driving.
should be tan.
Isn't that the thing with truckers? They get one arm super tan.
Show us your fucking arm, Brian.
No.
Where's
I've been in
your
my computer?
Oh, yeah, Brian.
It's
Yeah.
a simulation.
Your trucker
Where's your
hat.
trucker hat?
I
Your
was
MAGA
ill-prepared.
hat.
Don't. No,
Tyler, get control.
I can't. Brian, you've been simulating a truck
I've been simulating a truck.
all across America, huh?
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Southwest.
Okay, all right.
It's like California, New Mexico, Nevada. The other one down there.
Bonus points for calling it
Arizona.
California. Yep.
Can you drive a truck into the Grand Canyon? That's really all I care about.
I cannot confirm or deny, but I don't think so.
You want? Can you
How
try
squirrely
for
can
me?
you get? Can you just drive it right off the road if you want?
I haven't really tried just crashing into things, and
What the fuck?
I don't think so.
Brian?
It seems to be pretty tame this way. It's not it's
It's not Grand
it's not
Theft
going
Auto.
for that experience.
Yeah,
It
the
is a
goal is to not do
simulation.
that.
You're
So it's
just
not-
hauling cargo from from the origin to the destination.
So the simulator, they take that seriously then.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
and
serious.
there seems to be a lot of detail in the game that I've been doing my best to ignore. There are like 5 different like shifting methods. I chose simple automatic. I don't want to be
Alright.
messing with no gear shifting at all. Don't understand it. Don't care.
Is it?
You're going for the arcade simulation.
Yeah, yes. I just want to. I've got a big stupid playlist full of music, and I just want to listen to Johnny Cash, and
I have a question for you.
yes.
Do you have your wipers on when it's not raining?
It's raining.
Is it? Because it
I
looks
can't
like
tell
blue
from.
skies, or at least partly cloudy.
I know it was raining when I started recording that video, but it's too small on the screen for me to tell
Okay.
whether I might have just forgotten to turn them off.
Oh, it's raining, or at least it was.
Yeah.
Oh, getting out of your lane there. So have you crashed or anything yet? Has anything like catastrophic happened? Or?
I haven't had any full-on collisions. I've dinged it a few times, and I've definitely gotten hung up on some things because when you're hauling like 2 trailers behind you, every turn is a challenge. I did not fully appreciate that, but I've definitely gotten hung up on things and taken several minutes to get myself unstuck.
That's the way she goes.
Got to take some wide turns, but yeah, it's just a real relaxing thing. Like, I'm not really looking for a challenge. I'm just like, I don't know. It's almost like more like real driving. Like, I've got to pay attention enough to not crash it. It's not hard, but I have to be mindful. It's just been a real relaxing thing where I've got some music playing, and I'm like, it's kind of neat seeing a part of the country that I have never seen before.
So I have a question for you, Brian, and it is, I can understand the Zen-like nature of it, but what possessed you to ever try this game?
Well, there's a couple of things. I heard Alex from the Giant Beast cast talk about this game very glowingly, and he's my spirit animal, so that kind of made me interested. And the other thing was Sea of Thieves. Just the sailing in Sea of Thieves, and I just thought, God, I wish I could just sail.
So you're saying you want like a
pick shit up
shipping
and sail.
simulator, like a Panama Canal simulator?
If the sailing is like Sea of Thieves, sure.
Right.
I just wanted that, like, that part of the experience was appealing to me, and I feel like this was the way to get that.
So you want the East India Trading Company simulator? That's what you want?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Let's kickstart it.
Let's kickstart that.
If I swear if they made that tomorrow, if they just like made private servers tomorrow, and Brian was like, I just feel like sailing for a bit and bullshitting with you guys, would be like, okay, let's log into that one and let's do it. Like, I'd be way into that. So
yeah, that experience has a place.
Yeah.
And like, you are getting money, and like, you're getting levels and getting points to put into things. There are some goals to follow, like buying your own truck and then buying your own garage and then getting a fleet of trucks. Like, that's kind of the long game, but the moment-to-moment gameplay is just choosing a job and driving
the road.
Like, you get penalized for taking damage or for like running red lights, that kind of thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I've been spending a couple of hours every night just having some music playing and trucking.
During my commute, because I do a lot of that now, I spend about an hour a day in my car. Sorry, no, more like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I get very, very sleepy when I drive. It doesn't matter if I've had a great night's sleep, if I'm well rested, if I'm energetic, whatever. Like, I've been in the car for like an hour. It's almost uncontrollable. Like, I have to pull off the road, get out, walk around, something, because I will just start losing it. Yeah. Do you feel that when you're playing this, or is it like...
No, but I don't feel that when I'm driving either.
Oh, okay.
Like, what you're saying is completely alien to me.
Okay.
Yes, it is also alien to me. I think this is just a Tyler thing.
Hey,
like, I get that way, like, after 4 or 5 hours of driving, I start to, like, I got to get out of this car. I got to stand up. I got to stop. But
yeah, that happens to me like an hour in. It's yeah.
I kind of enjoy long, quiet drives where I can just listen to my music, and yeah, so it makes sense that this would work for me, kind of.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I definitely see the appeal of it. That was kind of my thing with No Man's Sky, was I could just zone out, go to a planet, mine some stuff, get in my ship, take it somewhere else. It's a very similar concept.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's that real relaxing gameplay.
Not the packaging I would have expected to draw you in, but that's still cool.
Same.
Yeah.
So, Brian, I'm curious about your playlist now because you mentioned Johnny Cash. What else is on this here trucking playlist of yours? What do you think truck drivers listen to, or what would Brian Maxwell, the truck driver, be listening to?
There's just about everything on the playlist, but I've got a lot of like 70s rock, Led Zeppelin, some, Cream, Boston.
Cream.
So is it
Boston
mostly classic country, or is it
a lot of classic rock?
do you
but
mix
there's
in
some
do you
newer
mix in
stuff
some
too.
of the new stuff too?
Yeah.
That you listen to. Okay.
Yeah, a
Little
little bit of
Bieber.
everything.
Little Selena Gomez, little oh shit. Help me out here, Brian. What's his name?
I am not going to do that.
Say his name. Say it.
You're looking for
Play
Cream.
that song.
No, the kid,
Ed Sheeran?
that's one of them. What's the
I'm naming
the kid?
bad things.
Name the kid. What's the kid's name? Oh shit.
Bieber?
Mendes.
Billy.
Sean Mendes. That's what
Shawn
you gotta listen
Mendes.
to. There you go.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna
If
get
you're
all
out
the
there and you enjoy Shawn Mendes, email the show and just explain to us what's wrong
walk
with
us
you
through-
and what happened to you to
walk
make you
us-
the way that you are.
Yeah, walk us through how that happened and why it continues to happen.
This is a judgment-free zone. We're here to help
Yeah,
you.
we're not saying you're wrong. We're just curious. We're seeking to understand. What else you played, Brian, besides trucking simulator?
I done played a little bit of Monster Hunter
Okay.
because they've got an event this week where you can get a Mega Man skin for your kitty cat, for your Palico,
Oh yeah.
and it's real dumb. It's like
How
these, like,
long did it take you to
get
get it?
maybe an hour or two. I was just like, that's stupid, and I'm going to have it. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like voxel graphics. Like it doesn't fit in with the game at all. It clashes
Oh,
horribly.
they went for like an
but
8-bit
Isn't that
Mega
kind of the
Man
thing
kind
with
of
this
thing?
game, that a lot of the stuff that you can get in this game does not fit in the
yeah,
game at all?
They're not afraid to be silly. Like, yeah, the game doesn't take itself too seriously, so
That's
I
good.
can appreciate that. There's going to be a Devil May Cry one coming up soon. I'm gonna get after that too.
Is Monster Hunter a Capcom thing?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. They kind of do
Yeah.
this with all their games. I remember what's the zombie one? Boy, I'm just
Resident Evil.
no, but yes, that is one. But no, what's the boy? I'm just good at
Left
this.
4 Dead.
It's in a mall. It's like
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising. Yep. You
Yep.
could get like a Mega Man helmet and a Mega Buster in there and
Yep.
run around and just other goofy stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed the first one.
I did too. I didn't play any other ones, but I liked the
Nope.
first one. What was I gonna ask you? Oh, so it's the kitty cat outfit. Are they gonna also have like a full on costume for your hero too, or?
Don't think so. I think it's just for my kitty.
Okay. Well, I hope they keep getting weird with it, because that seems like the right game for it.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I also played one called Dead in Vinland.
Dead in Vinland, not Finland.
Yeah, Vinland.
Vinland, yeah. Okay. What's
This
up
is
in Vinland?
a survival sim game where you have a family of people that are like shipwrecked on an island,
Seen a bunch of
trying
Viking
to build a
stuff.
shelter and survive. I played a board game called Robinson Crusoe that is exactly like this.
Huh.
Like, you have to build a shelter, you have to find food and water, you have to manage your stress and all that stuff. Also, Tyler,
Vikings.
these people be Vikings.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've learned that all you really need to do is circle things with like Celtic knotwork and
Yep.
carve runes into trees, and I'm in. Like, I'm just in to whatever that is. Throw a couple Mjolnirs on some stuff and I'm sold. Like,
Oh yeah, they got all that shit.
I see it. I see it. Can
Yeah,
make some
so
juice.
like the game's loop is you got 2 phases during the day where you're like assigning people to different tasks, like telling them to harvest berries, or go explore the island to find new locations, go chop lumber,
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. When you're exploring, you'll have encounters where there's combat sometimes. So there is some axes and bucklers to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Like people get injured, people get sick, people get depressed. And that's all stuff you've got to manage. Like there's a crafting station where you're trying to build like new facilities for your camp. There's a part of my brain that can definitely see it as just being a real mathy, like you're just managing numbers. That's literally all you're doing. If you eat, like if you kill an animal and eat it, your hunger goes down by 8 to 18 points.
Gotcha. It's kind of dry in the numbers.
It's all managing meters, but there's a lot of dialogue, and there seems to be a pretty good story going on.
Huh.
Like everything around it's good enough that I don't mind that it's just math.
That reminds me of there's another game you played earlier in the year where everything had that kind of like yellowy green and black thing.
Yeah.
Shrouded
Isle, I think.
Yeah. You kind of had the same reaction to it as like, oh, I'm just kind of like I can see behind the scenes of what's going on here,
right.
but
you're just managing meters. But yeah, this has a lot more
story and
like,
stuff.
There's a lot more choices to make. You have to decide how to use your resources, and like there's someone who comes to collect a tax from you every week. Like you show up on the island and you get your ass kicked by this big dude, Bjorn.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna be back next week. I need 30 pieces of wood or you're dead. So I think the game's gonna be building towards trying to take him on eventually.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. You find random people around the isle that can join you.
Gotcha.
One of them died. I kicked the other one out. He was, he was hitting on my woman.
Well, you can't have
I was
that.
sitting still for that shit.
Who's the best girl? Which one is your woman?
Oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Okay.
Starts with a B and ends with a D. So
Blood.
it's like Boulevard or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure
it's
we
Norse,
nailed
Tyler. Just do this for me.
I didn't see the name, but I'm just gonna say that you probably nailed it. That was probably it. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you're digging it. Is that on? You doing that on Steam? Is that a PC game? I might check that out just because I like the art about it a lot.
Seems that's like cool. It might not be your kind of game, but then again, it seems like the kind of game you probably have never tried to play before.
Yeah. I don't
Vikings is going to be the type of thing that's going to get him to get into it.
Yeah, at least give it a try.
It's one of the very few things that it's like, well, I'll give it a shot. If you're gonna throw Viking shit at me, I'll try your game. it's a very
it seems to be like more than just a window dressing. Like they seem to bring that stuff up quite a bit.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like I found what was possibly a goddess, like a pale blue-skinned woman sitting on a throne, just like, I don't know, like staring off into space, not reacting to me at all. And she had 4 cats around her. And I sent my knowledgeable witch woman to talk to her, and like she was trying to, I don't know, it like asks you to guess names. It's like, oh, goddess, choose from these. So, like, Freya.
No.
Yeah, I had like 3 choices, and it's just like she doesn't respond to you.
Huh? Cool.
God damn it! I need to bring Tyler in here.
That's cool. I'm gonna probably try this. This seems neat. That's cool, man. What about you, Kring? What have you been playing, man? We've been off quiet over there.
There was that time that I played Sea of Thieves with Luke last night, and we were waiting for we sort of kind of played with Tyler, kind of
every now and again.
Every now and again, he was there for like 30 seconds, and then he wasn't.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, the thing about my computer is anytime
it doesn't like you.
Windows forces an update on through to it, My computer doesn't like that, and I don't like it either. So I feel like in an act of rebellion, it decides to blue screen between 4 and 6 times in rapid succession, and then it chills the fuck out and decides to fight another day until the next Windows update. Yeah, what's up?
Do you have the little black box? Can you see what the updates are to try to figure out? I'm sure it's the last thing you want to do in the world, but
That's part of it. Yeah, yeah. And really, this is all like this is a correlation that I've noticed. It's not necessarily something that denotes causation, but pretty regularly it's like, oh, Windows updated, and then the next day I start having issues. So
yeah, you seem to be able to draw a line between those two pretty consistently, I feel.
Yeah. I've looked into it before. I've dug into like Event Viewer and stuff. I have feelings that there are hard drives that are going to fail soon, and other things that may be related to all of this.
Is this where you don't want the answer, so you're just not going to ask the question?
Yeah. I mean, if we want to start tallying up all of the things in the very near future that I have to dump money into, yeah. So I just,
My leg keeps hurting. It'll go away.
But anyway, yeah, it made playing Sea of Thieves pretty goddamn hard last night. So, but yeah. I was able to play throughout the rest of the week before the Windows updates just fine. And now that it's gone through its mandatory blue screen phase, it seems to be, knock on wood, holding up just fine. So I'm sure the problem is solved.
It doesn't seem to ask anymore. It's just
it
like,
just
hey,
does that.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't ask ever.
Yeah, Windows 10 it's got some things to learn about consent.
I was because I said yes once doesn't give you a blank check to just whenever you want.
Yeah, I know that we are in a relationship here, but I still need to be, my permission is still required. There you go. Yeah,
I was doing an exam once.
Yeah,
for my midterm for one of my classes, and it's timed, and you get one shot at it. And that was when Windows decided to install updates, and my computer decided that it was just going to restart without letting me know that it was just going to restart in the middle of my exam.
Surprise.
Boy.
Surprise. Yep. Here you go. Frantically email your professor and see if they'll let you unlock it. And oh, hey, by the way, can I get the answers that I had previously so that I don't have to redo those ones? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, fun. That's what you call it. So you guys, you played some Sea of Thieves. Where did you?
So Luke and I played Sea of Thieves last night, and last night something interesting happened. That we did one of those gold hoard quests, and it was relatively uneventful. But then when we went to turn everything in, we found a shipwreck, and the shipwreck ended up having some really good stuff on it. We had some spices. We had
a skull
on there, and then there was a message in a bottle. And the message in the bottle ended up taking us to this island that had like 5 chests on it. We ended up getting like, what was it, like 5,000-6,000 gold from this shipwreck.
Total it was about 5,000 gold.
Yeah,
Brian, you had a question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When someone's ship gets sunk, destroyed, does all their shit just disappear? Like if they had chests on the ship and the chests go down with the ship, or does that like plummet to the bottom?
The loot on the ship, yeah, the cream rises to the top.
Oh, okay.
All their things that have value will slowly float to the surface and stay there for a good amount of time. But if they go unclaimed, then they'll start to sink and eventually they'll be, unreachable and they'll go away. But it's quite a time on those things. But yeah, the shipwrecks that you find are like spawned in things. Those are like an event.
Yeah. They're not someone's ship. They're
right.
Yeah, those are generated by the game.
But I mean, if you watch somebody go down, yeah, you can go recover their stuff, which we did quite a bit of last Saturday, I think.
We also do a bit of a let's go get on their boat, throw stuff off of their boat, and then we'll just go back and claim it later after they've sailed away.
That also happened, yeah. That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Tyler, you're just a master at getting on people's boats and just stealing their stuff or killing them outright. That's
Yeah.
savage, man.
It's my favorite thing to do in the game. Yeah. Speaking of which, things that are fun to do in the game, I found out something really cool about Windows 10 and Xbox and Microsoft. After I just shat all over Windows 10 and its updates, they have this feature called Microsoft Family, where you can add child accounts under your own, and it allows them to actually like share games and stuff too. So I created an account for my daughter. She's 5. Made her a child account under my Microsoft account, and I was able to install the game. She was able to play it on a laptop that we have, and just with the one copy of the game that I have, the digital copy that I have, we're able to get online, make friends, get into a party, and play at the same time. So that was really cool. I didn't expect that to work. I thought I was gonna have to sign her up for a Game Pass trial or something. But yeah, it was all pretty seamless, and it was entertaining trying to teach her how to play the game and just move around the world and stuff. She was having a real hard time with that. But yeah, I don't know. The game is it's
what
versatile.
style of pirate would you say she is? Is she a bloodthirsty pirate? Is she a gold seeker? What style would you say?
The way her mind works is interesting to me. Like she started off as a complete pacifist. She didn't even want to go pick out, like, you have different skins and stuff that you can equip for your weapons and whatever. She didn't even want to go look at other things. She didn't want a sword. She didn't want a gun. I was like, well, what are you going to do when, a bad pirate shows up or a skeleton or something? And she goes, I'll just run away. I'll just go somewhere else. And I'm like, well, what if there's something that you are trying to get and they're trying to take it from you?
Yeah, how disappointed were you at this point?
Well, yeah, like when I was like, you got to get a sword, and she goes, Dad, I don't want a sword. I was like, look, that is not an option, okay?
You are my daughter. You will have a sword.
You're gonna take a fucking sword, and you will like it. No daughter of mine.
Blood, Daddy.
But it's funny how quick that came out, because she's a bit like her dad in that she seems to have a very strong sense of justice, because she spotted her favorite thing to do was to climb up the crow's nest and be my lookout. So we spot a ship, and I'm like, well, do you want to go sink it? And she goes, no, they didn't do anything to us. Like this kind of like incredulous, like, Jesus, Dad, why would you want to do that, right? And I'm like, well, what if they have really good treasure? And she goes, well, we could ask them. So I'm like, okay, we'll go ask him. So I start sailing over to this guy, and I slow down the ship real slow, and I point my cannons right at him, and I yell over. I'm like, hey, got any good treasure over there? and a cannonball comes sailing over the ship. And so I'm like, all right, honey, what do you think? And she goes, did he just shot at us? I'm like, yeah, I think that's what happened. Like, can we sink him now? And she just goes, sink him. So I just start raining cannonballs into this dude's ship, and one of them, let's see if I think I might have the actual clip of this too. If I can find it here. But yeah, I start raining cannonballs into him, and one of them knocks him off of the ship, and I spot him in the water, like swimming towards the boat, and I get out the rifle, put a shot in him, and it doesn't quite kill him, so I jump in and finish him off with the sword. And I'm just like, should have just said no, man. You should have just said no. But yeah, I fired myself.
You got a marauder chest, right?
And yep, I went over to his ship as it was sinking and saw a little marauder chest come floating up out of it. Carried it back to the ship, and Aoife was pretty happy with that. So it was pretty funny. She went from total pacifist to
watching you do that little sword lunge thing and flying all the way over to that other ship. I really hope they don't patch that out, but I feel like they're probably gonna.
I don't know. It's lasted this long. I don't think they're gonna get rid of
It's been in
it.
every single beta.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, like you can do the sword lunge. So if you hold down either the attack button on your controller or the left mouse button on your mouse, you kind of like hold your sword back and then dash forward. Well, if you do that from any kind of height, that momentum you get from that forward thing will carry you through water and continue, so you can like cover really huge distances by kind of gliding across the water that way. And it makes boarding ships very, very quick. that's
On
how
one
I
hand, that seems like a bug, but on the other hand, that seems like they're okay with some silly shit going on in their
yeah, I
game.
mean,
So
you fire
This is
yourself
the
out of
perfect game
cannons
to
and
where like
stuff.
that can just
Right.
pass no problem.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's such like it's a learned skill. Like you have to kind of know the right way to do it. There's a lot of ways to fuck it up. Like
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges behind it. You have to do it just perfect.
you can't move forward. Like if you're standing right on the ledge of something, if you move forward and then the lunge like fires essentially when you're already in the air, you'll just kind of land straight in the water. It doesn't carry with the momentum. And that's something I had to break myself of, because I'd be constantly moving forward with it and try to like, time it just right. And if you don't, you mess everything up. So yeah. It was fun to play with my daughter. I definitely have more fun playing with you guys. You're more my speed. She wants to take things pretty slow for the most part. Yeah,
I don't know. I'd kind of enjoy playing as a pacifist for a while, not having to see a ship. Well, do we want to go sink it? I mean, yeah.
it ain't great.
She yeah, Brian. Sorry, Brian. R.I.P. Brian. But it's cool. Like the way her mind works is so cool. Like she saw the mermaids that come up when you get too far away from your boat. And they hold up like this coral staff and smoke comes out of it, like a smoke signal to show you where it is. And she put that together that they were like making clouds out of that. Like the storms were coming from that. So she saw a storm in the distance and she goes, "Dad, let's go check it out. Let's find the mermaid." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Find the mermaid?" And she goes, "In the storm, making the storm." And I was just like, "What do you? I don't know where you're getting that." And she goes, "They make the storms with their staff. That's what they're doing." And it was like so clear to her, like obviously that's what we're doing. I'm like, "Okay, well, let's go in the storm. We'll find the mermaid." I just like it was so cool that she wanted to have these little adventures to try to explore and find things in the game. That was cool. Yeah, I also got really lucky and found some really good chests just checking out sunken ships with her. She was my lookout. She stayed up in the crow's nest and made sure no one was going to come rob us. And I'd go dive down.
I'm starting to think shipwrecks might be where the good loot is.
You can definitely get some good stuff in there. I found a chest of sorrows in there. Those are usually worth over 1,000.
Yeah, from that island we got 2 captain's chests, a chest of sorrow, and 2 seafarers, I think, or 2 castaway.
Which, by the way, we found out a chest of sorrows is not that difficult to leave on your boat, as long as it's a sloop.
Oh yeah, well, and you just gotta watch it. Like when it starts crying, like it.
Yeah, then it's instant bailing, and one of us is bailing the entire time that it's crying.
Yeah,
and it worked out just fine.
I hope they add more of that kind of stuff. That like weird mystical, cursed chests and weird skulls.
Well, they're adding cursed cannonballs.
That's true. I guess we could mention that they finally released a kind of like a what's coming next, a little bit of a roadmap kind of thing, and they've got a big content thing planned for May, as well as these weekly events that they're going to start doing in May. They said they're going to use that to introduce like new game mechanics, new rewards, new ways to play the game, all that stuff. So, but yeah, this first one coming in May is called the Hungering Deep, and they said there's going to be a new AI threat, similar to the Kraken event, I assume. So yeah, I'm excited. It sounds like they definitely have plans to keep updating the game through the end of the year, and I'm sure well beyond that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they add to the game.
Yeah, they didn't give a lot of details during that presentation. They just gave a list of stuff that they're going to add, but it was very generic. Like, hey, we have this event, and it's going to be against AI, and this is against other people. But It all sounds very cool. They have a plan for a while, so I like it.
I watched some old in development videos too, and they were talking about these events as being something they could use to do holidays and stuff too. I know we mentioned that before. Like it'd be cool if they did a Halloween thing and did a
Halloween
Christmas
would be
thing, kind of
awesome.
like Blizzard does. And it sounds like that's all in the books, part of the plan. So
And they once again stress that every content update is going to be free of charge.
also important, very important. So yeah, I'm all in on it, man. It's what I want to be doing pretty much every time I sit down at my computer these days. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll have some more updates in May for sure. What else you been playing, Crane?
So at the recommendation of Brian, I picked up for it's real cheap right now on PlayStation. It's just $6. Until Dawn
Okay.
came out. What was it, like 3 years ago? Was this
Yeah,
like a
that sounds
2015
right.
game, something
Mhm.
like that? And the gist of this is it's kind of a horror game. It's actually, but it's not really all that scary.
Because the trailer made it look like it's just like a slasher story.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
hiding
it's
in the
more-
dark from the bad guy all
Yep.
the time.
There's been a couple of jump scares that are like super cheesy, but they got me. And but other than that, like it's not really all that scary. It's more like like you said, like a slasher.
Is it like campy more than serious, or is it kind of walk that line?
It kind of walks the line a little bit because
Johnny Cash.
some of like okay, so there's this section of the game where you're these two characters and they're trying to get to this cabin away from the main lodge so that they can do it, which is basically the gist of every single slasher movie ever in history. Is these two attractive teenagers are going to go find someplace to have sex, and then they're going to end up getting killed.
We're finally alone.
Yeah. And so it's like cheesy in that regard, but like the villain is not campy at all. At least what I've seen of villains so far. There's no camp at all with those guys. They're would be legit terrifying if you were in this scenario. It's not like Michael Myers where yes, he's supposed to be scary, but for some reason he walks everywhere yet still ends up everywhere before everyone else because it's a cheesy 80s horror flick.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing about this game is that it is chock full of decisions, and the whole thing about the whole thing that they're going for is they mention this a lot is the butterfly effect, where one just choice that you make could have a ripple effect that affects everything down the line. They really lean on the butterfly effect aspect of this a lot. Apparently, you can play this game through and like have everybody live. I guess there's a way to do that.
How many people are already dead in your game?
There are several people dead in my game.
It's meant to be played through multiple times. Is my understanding.
I can see that
very
it is
different, I guess.
It is
like there are major story beats that you would expect to be always built in, and they're not.
Yeah. Because what I've been doing is playing with my wife, and she's making all the of the decisions. So I'm playing the game, and we're sitting there together because she doesn't play games, but like horror movies are her thing. So she's sitting there making all of the decisions while I play the game.
Pushing the buttons.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just the dumb button pusher, which has led to some really odd ones because there are some that your choice is timed and you have to make it like rapidly, and if we're not ready for that, she doesn't make a decision quick enough and it just decides for you in that moment. There's no like at least it seems to just decide for you. But yeah, it's really interesting to see because it'll show you. I get the feeling from some of the Telltale games that like you don't really see how your choices impact what happened in the game that quickly, whereas there was a specific character that I was trying to save, and we took a route that we had some trouble. Like so you'll pick to take a fast route, and you might have to jump a gap. To jump the gap, you'll have a timed a quick time event happen, and I messed up and like went to hit the button and tapped like two buttons at the same time, so it screwed up, and I didn't make the jump. So he ends up like falling in the river and has to climb out. So the next time it said take the quick one or shimmy across the sledge, and so we shimmy across the ledge, and well, the character I was trying to save ended up dying, and it goes back, flashbacks to me shimmying across the ledge, like to point out this is why this person died. You took too long getting here because you took the slow route. Is kind of what it made me think.
Does it do that every time someone gets killed? Do you always know what caused it, or no?
Well, there's one where the game straight up fucks you. It does in this one. There's this one where there's two people, and you have to choose which one lives and which one dies. And so you make your choice, and then the way the game works is you have to like hold one of the trigger buttons in, and then like use the thumbstick to move things around. So you go to the handle like to choose which one you're gonna, we assume, kill, because the game makes it look like you're swiping, like it says you swipe this way, and that's the way to the person that we had decided we were going to kill. And it's, oh, you've chosen to save so-and-so. And your character's like, no, that's not what I chose. That's not what I wanted. Like, no, I didn't mean to choose that. I'm sorry. And you get to watch the person that you wanted to save die. And that was not a very good feeling. So this game does land the hopelessness aspect of this type of a film quite well. It's a pretty good ride.
It seems like a fun thing to play with somebody who's
to
into
me,
that.
except for the genre. Like, I don't like horror. I'm probably going to play it with my wife because she does, but this reminds me a lot of like Heavy Rain, where it's like if you fuck something up, it's like, well, you don't reload and try it again. It's just now the story is going to play out differently because of what you said or did, and you don't go back and fix it. It's just, that's the way it is now.
And there's these cool, like right now there's this guy talking on screen, and he's called the Analyst. And his things are like, it's like a fourth wall break. He's talking to you about you playing a game.
Oh man, he's the fucking killer. I know it.
And he knows that you're playing a video game. He starts asking you questions, and we're starting to figure out that he's shaping the game as it goes along based on like psychological questions that he'll ask you. Like he'll ask you, what are you more afraid of, spiders or rats? What are you more afraid of, heights or drowning? And then like my wife's, we picked the spiders the one time. She's like, I'm not really afraid of either, but I think spiders are gross, so spiders. All of a sudden we start to see like spiders show up in different spots in the game, and she's like, I told you, like he's shaping the levels for you.
That's cool.
But it's cool because you see this section of the story, and then you'll go and talk to this analyst guy for a little bit, and he'll talk to you about like playing the game. And it gets more and more in depth as it goes along. Like the most recent time we talked to him, it's probably like the fourth or fifth time now. He's asking you, the characters are in couples, and he's asking you, which of these two characters do you like better? And it's like, so he'll show you the first couple, guy and girl, and you'll pick one, and then you have to like choose which ones you like better out of the losers bracket, I guess, and then which one you dislike the most in the entire story. And it's
gonna be the
I'm
fifth round
wondering
seed.
how that's gonna play into the game, but
that's kind of a neat, neat element.
Yeah, it's the way it's
Adds a
put
little
together
mystery to
is
it.
really interesting. I wish that there was a non-horror version of this as well. Like, it would be cool to see like Telltale run with a system kind of like this and do, like, I'm thinking The Wolf Among Us would have been awesome with something like this built into it.
I think you'll like Detroit Become Human.
Yeah,
Hopefully, like as long as David Cage doesn't fuck it up. I honestly don't know.
It's that game, God of War, and Spider-Man that were the ones that, like, no, I have to go out and buy a PlayStation now, and so I'm really pumped for Detroit Become Human. But this is unlike any other choice-based game I think I've ever played before, in that it, like you said, most choice-based games. I know we talked about Life is Strange, and it felt like you made all of these branching choices, but it all led down to this one choice at the very end of the game, and that felt cheap. But this feels like there are dozens and dozens of different possible endings to this game.
It's cool. Yeah, is that it's a PlayStation exclusive, I think?
I don't
think
know,
so.
Brian, is it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Worth the $6 then.
Oh yeah, definitely worth $6. And the other thing about this too is, like, they have top-notch talent. I'm playing this and I'm like, that's Rami Malek. Like, they're getting legitimate movie stars to be in their game. And then there's Hayden Panettiere in this game. And then there's the guy who plays the analyst.
Did you save her?
I have not gotten to a point where I have to save and or not save her.
Oh, you have to save her to save the world.
It's true.
It's
You
true.
do. Save the cheerleader.
But the guy who plays the analyst is somebody that I've recognized from a lot of movies. And then I saw somebody, another one of the characters is from a TV show that I watch pretty regularly. And it just seems like they I don't know how this game ended up being like a sort of almost budget release.
Yeah, I think it was like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
Like when it came out.
But I'm curious how they got all of this talent into this game for such a low price, and for it to be relatively obscure.
Well, Heroes wasn't in production anymore at that point, I don't think. So, Hayden was probably up for grabs. That was a Heroes reference earlier, what Luke did, Brian. I feel like that's probably a show that you didn't watch.
I think I watched an episode or two, and it's just like, I can see the appeal, but I don't care.
Yeah, just watch season 1 and forget everything else.
I've heard that.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yep. Agreed. Cool. Well, hey, what about you, Luke? What have you been playing other than, we already kind of talked about Sea of Thieves?
Play some Sea of Thieves. No, I also
What did you do in there?
More Far Cry. Not much different than last week's.
Yeah.
Going on to the second area, still having a lot of fun. Got some video footage of the stashes, the prepper stashes. Not a whole lot of challenge to them, but they definitely break up some of the gameplay. I'm kind of, once I get to a new area, I'm kind of seeking those out because of the perk magazines that are in there. So, I ended up watching the Amazon video that got released just before the game did.
Oh, yeah.
It was like it or not, but there was a 30-minute live action short movie that they released. It kind of goes into the cult behind it. Its basic plot is there's a group of bloggers who've heard about this. They go to Hope County, Montana to check it out. They meet the informant and basically try sneak into one of their meetings that they have and get caught and then try to escape, and then it ends. If you're into the game and you have Amazon Prime, you might as well check it out, but it's nothing to really like get too worked up over.
I heard it gives you like a little bit more, a little bit
it's a
more
little
of
bit
that
of
story
backstory.
that you might be looking for if you're into Far Cry 5. But yeah, that's cool. I heard somebody
probably
say
could have just as easily just released on YouTube or something. I don't know
Sure.
why they had to go through and release on Amazon where you're forced to have a subscription, especially with it only being 30 minutes long. Like, feels like a full feature film or something, sure, but yeah, I'm not sure how they got an exclusive deal for that.
I have to imagine that creating any kind of film stuff for a game these days is not like, I don't think anyone's lining up to do that. So there was probably some kind of, exclusivity deal or something like that helped fund it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Amazon, footed a good portion of the bill for it.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know. I heard that the quality of it and everything's really good, like compared to other video game, live action efforts.
Well, that
don't have a great
30-minute
track
short
record.
movie was better than the full-length film that you both did on Far Cry. So it's got that going for it.
Or
Was it better than the
Assassin's
Warcraft movie?
Creed or the Warcraft movie or pretty much any time they've ever tried
Was
to
it
make
better
a
than the Doom movie?
No.
All right.
So we'll take that.
We could keep going.
Was it better than the Super Mario Brothers movie?
That is
Oh
a
boy,
treasure.
I've not seen that since it's actually been out in theaters. So
Don't.
better
I'm not
than
gonna-
Assassin's
It's real bad.
yeah. I mean, when you don't enjoy a
Mario.
movie like that when you're 7 or whatever, it's not going to hold up now.
You think you're close to the end there, Luke?
No, I'm not even close.
No.
How far are you into it? How many hours you got into that?
15?
How's it stack up to the other Far Cries for you? Because I know you're a big Far Cry fan.
Oh, geez. Well, let me tell you.
Give me a definitive Luke's rankings of Far Cry.
Oh shit.
Go.
4, I have 42 hours in. Wow, apparently I rushed through 3. I have 20 hours in 3. So,
That's not how we rate those, is it? Follow your gut. Best
Yeah.
Far Cry, go.
Best Far Cry. Go.
oh, I already said this. Far Cry 5 is the best one I've played. So
okay.
absolutely.
Worst Far Cry, go.
4.
Did you play Primal though?
No.
So I mean, like,
Did you
it's not
play 1 or
definitive.
2?
Oh, no. I didn't play 1 or 2 either. I've only played 3, 4, 5 and Blood Dragon.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, 5 is fantastic.
I just saw a guy get run over by an ATV, so yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Far Cry 5 is the
that's
best Far
part of the
Cry.
charm of this game is just the random shit that happens is just awesome. Just hilarious. You'll be fighting someone and bear will come behind them and just start mauling them. It's like, oh, all right. Thanks.
That feels awful GTA of the game. Like a thing that you would see in a lot of GTA games, just random stuff happening to screw stuff up for other people.
It's kind of like any open world game. I mean, you can look at Skyrim and random stuff like that happens all the time too.
Yeah, it's true.
Vikings hijinks.
GTA
The way
has
that
kind of
AI
like
interacts together, it's going to be comical at times. So
GTA has a really good way of having that kind of stuff though, like because the way the police system works is like anytime there's any perceived aggression, they'll kind of show up, and so like sometimes the NPCs will just like accidentally get into a car accident or something. The police will show up and just start shooting at people, and like, it's
you got into a fender bender. Time to shoot you.
Yeah, this guy needs to die. That's pretty good. Well, I think that's did I miss anything? I think that's all the games that we played.
all I
Did you only play Sea of Thieves this week, Tyler?
Only played Sea of Thieves. Yep. I
And in real life GTA.
and ask me. Yeah, when the cops started showing
pull
up
the guy
after,
out of the driver's seat of his car.
yeah, threw that lady on the ground, and then the cops started shooting at me. Yeah, it was a wild
How many
scene.
stars did you get?
4 stars. Yeah, they were calling in the military, but I knew the cheat code. So I just popped that in really quick, and
All
good.
weapons. Yep.
Yep, all weapons, no stars. But yeah, that's all I played. No regrets. Loving that Sea of Thieves. But hey, you know what that means? It's time for the news. That's the wrong thing. I'm just gonna let it finish. Let's stop it.
What time is it?
It's time for the news. Boy, we got some news. Oh man. You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, see, better than Skype. Hey, it's the news, and it's brought to you by no one. Email the show at mail@questlongcast.com if you want to sponsor the news. We'll let you do it, probably for free.
The news brought to you by Rob.
Yeah, Rob in the chat. There you go. Hey, help me out with the news here because my computer isn't working. It's not blue screening though. What's the news? Billy Mitchell stripped of his records.
Billy Mitchell. Yep.
That's it.
Billy Mitchell.
Just
Wow,
a sauce man now.
The King of Kong. Boy, how the mighty have fallen.
Steve Wiebe did nothing wrong.
Hashtag no regrets. So yeah, it turns out that I think they found that Billy Mitchell recorded his records using a MAME machine. It wasn't an official Kong machine. So sorry, brother, your titles are gone.
It wasn't just that. They stripped all of his scores and all of his games and banned him from the site forever, from the Twin Galaxy site.
Damn.
Yep.
Which is insane because he was like one of the founding guys on that Twin Galaxy site, and now he's gone forever.
I've never heard of this guy.
You didn't see King of Kong?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Luke, go watch King of Kong.
Go watch the Andre the Giant documentary.
I'm going to watch the Andre the Giant documentary. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I haven't seen King of Kong either, Luke, but I know enough about I know enough to know that who he is and everything. So
he's a heel. He's the villain in the arcade world record game.
There's a great part of my brain that I have to fight that's just like, I don't give a shit about some guy who has the world record for an ancient arcade game, but at the same point,
it's neat that there's a whole community that still is around that, and that's like, I don't expect any of you to give a shit as much as I do, maybe because I'm a little bit more from that era. I think like I grew up in arcades playing Galaga and Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, so
yep, those games were already kind of dated by the time I was actually getting into arcades and stuff. Arcades were already kind of dying by the time I was able to really start enjoying them, and
kind of relegated to gimmicks and machines you have to sit in, or machines with guns mounted to them. Yeah,
because I mean the games that were popular in arcades were coming to home consoles too, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and those kinds of games were stuff that you could play sitting in your living room, and we had GoldenEye, and we had all these different things starting to come out. It was less exciting to go, but there was a few things. You're talking like the what was the skating game? The skateboarding thing that they had. No, it was
720 degrees.
Yeah, maybe I can't.
California
remember.
Games.
Nope. Nope. Things getting colder. Getting colder. Getting colder. Yeah, it had like an actual skateboard thing and like this like railing around it that you would stand in, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so suck it, Billy Mitchell. Your records are gone and everyone hates you now, so just suck on it. There you go.
Did anybody really like him before? Because I thought people thought he was a real big dick.
Yeah.
Not just as being presented that way in the movie. From what I understand, he was just a real dick.
He's stylistically designed to be that way. Yeah.
I mean, he's a guy who used his pseudo video game fame to launch into a hot sauce empire. Like, that's just a real weird crossover.
Hold on, what's his hot sauce?
Hot sauces?
Yeah, Billy Mays' hot sauce brand.
Is he Billy Mays?
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mays.
No, Billy Mays here
is not alive.
Are you tired of terrible hot sauces?
Tell me
it's
like
total body.
What is Billy Mays hot sauce? What is or Billy? God damn it! They got me saying.
I don't know what his hot sauce
brand is. Billy Mays.
Hang on, let me Google.
Google Billy. Billy.
Let me Google his
Billy
hot
Mitchell's
sauce.
hot sauce.
Billy Mays hot sauce. Show title.
There you go.
What is the brand of his hot sauce?
Probably Billy Mitchell hot sauce.
Why is it not?
You're all gonna feel pretty goddamn stupid if it's Billy Mays hot sauce, aren't you? That turns out
No,
to be
it's
the
Billy-
name
it's
of
Billy
it.
Mitchell who has a hot sauce. Hold. Jesus,
this?
his Wikipedia doesn't mention his hot sauce at all. And that's the first thing from Google.
Well, moving on.
Ricky, world famous.
Yes,
What?
Ricky's
World
world famous sauces.
Ricky's world famous
Ricky,
sauces?
Billy,
Yeah.
whatever.
Wasn't it? I
Fuck
think it was like a family business, maybe.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't
probably.
care. We don't really care. No one listening really cares.
Hey, you know what?
Billy Mitchell got caught finally.
Yep. Finally.
Again, no
Stuck it
one
to him.
cares.
Hey, you know what, guys? The FTC is warning console makers about warranty restrictions.
Explain.
Parts and service conditions are not lawful, unnamed companies said. So apparently, the FTC noted a warning in a news release on Tuesday. It did not say what specific practices or whether consumer complaints led to the notice. It was also sent to companies who market and sell automobiles and cellular devices. Brian?
Just about using like third-party, parts or repair services voiding the warranty.
Right, they're basically saying
maybe
you
that's
can't.
not so legal.
I think they were using the thing that said like because you know how you have like the Xbox 360 you ripped off the faceplate and there was a little sticker, and if you peeled that sticker off it said that the warranty was void. They're saying like having those stickers on your product at all is unlawful.
That's good, because there's been a lot of stuff in the news lately and just over the past few years about right to repair laws getting shot down and stopped and that sort of thing. So the FTC kind of weighing in and saying like, okay, we're gonna try to clamp down on this shit because
You mean like how Apple decided to put these fucking tri-tip screws into the iPhone 7 and told nobody, and then you just open it up and now it's different than the iPhone 6 was, and now I can't fucking fix my phone until I wait for this one special screwdriver to come in the mail? You talking
That's
about
an
things like
oddly-
that, Tyler? Is that what
That's
you're
an oddly
talking about?
specific
Tyler?
example, Crank.
I mean,
Brian,
I suppose it would be like that.
I wasn't
Brian,
trying to
my
ruffle your
battery is
berries or
currently-
anything here, but yeah.
my battery is currently free flowing around inside my phone. I shake it, and it feels like it's an extra vibration feature because I had already removed all of the adhesives, thinking that Tyler said he's got that screwdriver. He didn't have that screwdriver.
To be fair, I have a repair kit with like 64 different screwdriver bits and every configuration you could want except for that
Sounds
one.
And I
like
have
65.
I have one with like another 50 different tips, and some of them very different than what Tyler's got, and I didn't have it either. So you have to go and buy this specific thing, and it is of course a piece that is integral to remove because it covers all of the cable connections. So I can't even disconnect any of the cables in the phone until I remove these
The
screws.
blamps rub against the chumbles and the plubis is shaved away. And then you're left with just a regular old iPhone.
Hate you.
Anyway, yeah, I'm John Deere's a big proponent of like not letting you repair your shit and canceling your warranties and stuff. So yeah, anything
John Deere goes a step further in saying that you don't even own your shit.
That's right. That's
Like
right.
that you have a what is it, a lifetime lease on the thing for the price that you paid.
They're almost
you don't
saying
actually
you have like
own
a
it.
license to to operate it basically, but
Yeah,
that you don't own it, which is ridiculous.
yeah.
I know for like game consoles, like modding and piracy is their concern, or at least what they say their concern is. But I feel like that's a very, very, very small percentage of the population that's going to do that.
In these days, the counter for that is DRM and stuff. I mean, they
Yeah,
you take the thing online and
right.
it
If
checks
you
to
wanna-
see if your shit's modified and if you're whatever. And
right, if you want to never connect to the internet again and never play with your friends or update your games ever again, then sure, I guess.
which is pretty tough because almost every single game that comes out requires a day one patch, and
Yep.
I feel like the amount of money that they'd save by doing that kind of stuff is negligible. So yeah, let me just crack open my stuff and fix it, please, and thank you. Make that easier. Thanks, FTC. Hey, next Sega is gonna release. Is this a Genesis Mini, aka the Mini Drive, Mega Drive Mini?
Yep. There's the Mega Drive everywhere else.
Okay.
Yep.
So getting on that Nintendo Classic train, huh? Or whatever,
Yeah,
the NES Classic.
Seems smart.
It does seem smart.
That's actually really good because there's been a lot of I don't know if they've been licensed by Sega, but they're not manufactured by Sega.
Yeah.
That I've seen in the
them.
store, those little Sega flashback things that are like an NES Mini, but they're garbage and they don't really work all that well. And I've kind of been wanting, because I'm Team Sega, I've been wanting one of these for a long time. So
It'd be a neat little tchotchke to have on the shelf, but Sega's been a lot more open about having their games available on PC and everywhere.
Yeah.
PC and iOS. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of ports and things like that. Yeah, for sure.
There's no games announced or anything yet, but Crane, what do you think? Like, what's your wish list for this?
What's my wish list,
like,
or
they would
what am
have
I?
Sonic.
What do I think it's gonna have? Because I'm gonna guarantee it's gonna have all the Shining Force games. It's gonna have all the Sonic games. Yeah, every Sega collection. I think there was the one on the last one I got was on the GameCube, and that had both the Shining Force games on it.
Okay, that's fair. They'll have Sonic, Altered Beast.
Yep. Probably Vector Man.
Wouldn't I seen a little Moonwalker on there? It was a good game.
Was it Moonwalker?
Yeah, it was actually laughable now for many reasons, but yeah, it was a pretty decent game. Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and Earl
was real good.
They're still working on a remake of that, aren't they?
Yeah, there was a Kickstarter a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
supposed to be more, I don't know, more in the vein of the original one.
I'm gonna check in on that real quick. Pushed into 2018. Oh man, coming soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to play in 2018 the way it did in 94 or whenever, or 92 whenever it came out, but
I still could. Yep. It's good. It was a good game. It had a lot of.
Do you think this will have Shaq Fu
style?
No, Luke,
maybe a licensing thing.
That would be because I think that was a multi-platform release. It was not just on Genesis.
Same for
Luke.
NBA Jam.
Yes,
that'd be all right.
Yeah, but how into the man is the license for Shaq Fu?
I think they're making a new one.
Shut
your face.
Google.com it. I hope I'm right.
Hold, please.
In the meantime,
holy shit,
the
PS4. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, that's great.
There's a YouTube video for the launch trailer. Jesus.
A Legend Reborn. Let's pull that up. Pull that up real quick.
Is this something that any of you experienced?
No.
In its original day?
I never played Shaq Fu.
I found out about this. Okay. Full.
Are we just ironically caring about it now?
No. Exactly. Well, full disclosure. I used to think Shaquille O'Neal was awesome. I don't know why.
Shaquille O'Neal was awesome because Shaquille O'Neal is a hilarious individual.
I don't know where it came from, but I was a kid and I had a Shaq poster in my bedroom. Like that's
stream's dying.
Yeah. The stream.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the stream. I have too many YouTubes going, I think.
Yeah, you have too much going on.
I have too much YouTubes.
Post some of your YouTubes.
Chrome's eating all my memory, you guys. I gotta kill Chrome. Hold, please. I kill a bunch of things. You're gonna watch it happen.
Yeah, I remember the Shaquille O'Neal and was it Alonzo Mourning? No, who was?
Yes.
Who was the other star player on the Orlando Magic with Shaquille O'Neal?
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway, thank you.
Yes.
That was Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson I'm thinking of.
Charlotte Hornets?
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe you are correct there.
So you guys actually knew things about basketball? I just thought Shaquille O'Neal was cool, apparently.
He shot like 50% from the free throw line. Yeah.
Is that
See,
good?
Tyler, there's a whole
No.
world out there of basketball.
Mhm.
There's people that watch it
What?
for fun.
No way. This game looks insane. It looks insane.
It looks like Splatoon mixed with a fighting game.
Huh.
For some reason, that's what I'm getting from it.
It kind of does.
If I've learned anything over the past decade of being alive, it's that if there was ever anything that has any kind of brand awareness, they will dig that shit up and put enough life into it to put it out in front of people.
Yeah, but this
I-
actually
I
kind of
eat
looks
Bubsy.
entertaining.
i.e. Bubsy and Spyro
I.e. Bubsy.
and Crash Bandicoot and everything from our childhood that was ever even
Isn't
a
that Crash
thought in your
Bandicoot game
mind.
coming to Xbox now too?
Sure,
Probably.
yeah, definitely.
I think that it is. That Crash Bandicoot game's coming to Xbox now.
You know what would be really neat is if it came to Switch. You guys remember those ads where Crash would just be like talking shit to Mario and stuff? You remember those ads? Oh my god, Crash Bandicoot ads.
What would be even better is if we had a National Crash Bandicoot Day where we could all celebrate Crash Bandicoot.
We'll do it
I
on
really connect with that.
right, yeah, perfect. We'll do it on May
Right after Peanut Butter
11th.
Sandwich Day. Yeah.
May 11th. Oh no, I think my computer's dying. No.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is fine.
Oh god, you're still here?
Just save it. Give it CPR.
Yeah.
Mouth to mouth.
There you go. I think I saved it. Oh god, the whole stream is just green. It's just green.
Oh, it's good on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Keep on dancing.
Number 10.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Are you gonna have to sing the topic, the topic music?
I don't know. I'm just gonna shut this video preview off, and you guys tell me when the stream is fine and if it dies.
It's fine.
It's
It's
good.
fine.
Number
Yeah,
9.
good.
Number 9. Okay. Hey, you know what? Let's get into one of these. It's a topic. It is a topic. The topic is hidden gems. What kind of hidden gem games do you have? Do you know about? Do you want to share with the world? Brian, I feel like this topic is made for you. I feel like you just are a hidden gem excavator, and I want you to start us off. Start us down this road.
Yeah. I had a couple that came to mind straight away for me. The
Mhm.
first one was a game called Coldcept,
Okay.
which is so hidden that none of you have heard of it besides from me.
Correct. Yes.
Never heard of it.
Don't know what that is.
This was a
Wait, cold, is it
PlayStation game
is there a Cold Step Saga?
that
well?
came to the 360. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. It was a PS2 release, and it sounds lazy, but it can be described as Monopoly and Magic the Gathering. That's a super accurate description. Like it plays like a board game. You're rolling dice, moving around a board. You've got squares that you stop on, and you can summon creatures, like out of cards in your hand, to guard that spot. When
Okay.
someone lands on it, they have to beat the creature or pay you a toll.
Troll
And after
toll.
each match, you get new cards that you can build decks from, so you can customize your decks. And I was super into that. And I think it's the first game I ever found that had achievements, or what would become achievements. Like it had a list of like 50 trophies that you could win by meeting certain requirements, and it would give you like bonus cards for meeting those requirements. And that was really fun because it made me play the game in a different way.
When was this released?
Oh,
Roughly?
PlayStation 2. So
Okay.
I'm going to say probably 15 years ago I was playing it,
Gotcha.
roughly.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have any older games that would be like hidden gems so much. There was some obscure stuff that I played as a kid. Jazz Jackrabbit comes to mind. Do you guys ever know about Jazz Jackrabbit?
I've heard of it.
It was
Heard of it, yeah.
yeah, it reminded me of like this was kind of like the time where they were just like the Ninja Turtles were fucking super popular, and so anthropomorphized action things were just like everywhere. Jazz Jackrabbit, I want to say it was on the NES, but I could be wrong. It might have been a Genesis deal. God, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Maybe it was a PC game, actually. That would maybe explain why literally no one's heard of it, but here's a little picture of it.
Looks like a PC game.
Yeah, I think it was a PC game. I used to get all kinds of weird shit on my PC because my dad had a computer repair business when I was a kid. And so he would get these, he'd like subscribe to different magazines and different memberships and stuff, and they would send him software samples and whatever. A lot of times they would come with these big mega collection PC game discs that was like 100 games on one disc. And so it might have some really good stuff like Wolfenstein 3D and, you know, I don't know, Descent, or some of these other, Afterburner was another one. But then it would have weird shit like Jazz Jackrabbit or Duke Nukem, or, you know, these other things all on the same disc. It was wild. So I get to see a lot of things that I don't think most people did. But yeah.
Jazz Jackrabbit was a Cliffy B game.
I just looked at up
Holy
the Wikipedia. Yeah.
Is he like is he's not that old? Is he eternal?
He may be a vampire. Yeah.
Is he like Keanu Reeves, just does not age?
Yeah, he may be. Yeah.
Holy cow.
What about you, Kring? You got any hidden gems?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down the PC road right there with you, Tyler. And I played a game called Street Rod. And there was a sequel to it called Street Rod 2.
Yeah.
And it's you get a little bit of money, you go buy a car. It's set back in like the 60s, and you go buy yourself a car and you go race people, drag races, street races for some money or some pink slips. Get yourself more cars. The whole goal is you have like the summer, and by the end of the summer, you're supposed to be able to challenge and beat the king and win his ride from him. That's the whole goal. And then you get to be the king, and you get the king's girlfriend.
The king.
Which is, I mean, yeah.
We the kings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you
his
the king?
girlfriend? What was that, Brian?
Were you the king?
Well,
No, he was the girlfriend.
yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Good job.
But what
Luke.
was cool about this game is, so I played that car mechanic simulator a while back. What was cool about this
That's
game is
kind
it
of a
was
hidden
one of the
gem.
first
You're rolling your eyes at me playing American Truck Simulator. Shut your face.
We respect each other. It's okay.
It's okay.
No, this is like the oversimplified foray into that. Like you would swap out your engine with a new engine, but to do that you'd have to like disconnect the cable and then undo the bolts for the carburetors and the manifold and pop the engine out, and then you'd bring the new one in and do all this stuff back in. And it was just simple. You'd click a few buttons to do up some bolts and stuff, but it always felt like I'm building this car back when I was a wee lad playing this game. It was real good.
Good stuff. What about you, Luke? You got any gems?
Yeah, I'll do a throwback to my middle school days. Little text-based online RPG called Medivia. I think I talked about it before on the podcast. But online, back then it was known as a MUD, multi-user dungeon. And you would connect to it using Telnet. And everything was all text-based. And yeah, it was pretty much my first World of Warcraft, but text-based.
Luke, how were you
nuts.
alive back in the 70s? Were you playing this at MIT?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
So, Luke,
it worked great on dial-up, though, that's for sure.
like when you say text-based, is it like, hey, do you want to go north, east, west, or south? You see a wall, what do you do? Is it that kind of thing?
Yes,
Or
literally
it's
that.
interpreting your keystrokes? Okay.
Yep. So yeah, there'll be a description of the room, and then like after that, it's any enemies you see in the room, and yeah, you could go north, attack,
So
pick up loot,
how did
sell.
that handle other players being there too? Like, would you like form parties and stuff, or would you?
Oh yeah, you could form groups and go tackle stuff, dungeons together. Absolutely.
That's crazy to me. That's wild.
Oh yeah, Mike and I used to play it all the time, and oh god, I probably had hundreds of hours into that game back in the day.
That's cool.
And it's honestly,
cool.
it's still running to this very day.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Medivia was acknowledged to be popular in the mid-90s, being noted as having over 100 players online at off-peak hours. 100.
God damn.
Things have changed a little bit since then.
They said the other day there were 9 players online playing Lawbreakers.
Aw.
That
Cliffy
game's going
B.
away.
They had just an absolute massive world to it, though. You could actually get like a trade cart and take goods from one city to another and get randomly attacked by different NPCs along the way. And the further you went across the world, the more your stuff would sell. And there's a whole economy behind it, and
Wow.
different dungeons and random dungeons that would spawn, different guilds. You could get a town which would be attacked by dragons, and if you kill the dragon, you get their scales and make different items with it. It was really in depth. So
Were you tying up the phone lines?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course.
I was like, Luke, I need to make a
Luke,
call.
Get off the internet. I gotta
Not now,
call
Mom.
your Aunt June. Mom, we killed a dragon. Off the phone, I said. That's awesome.
Holy smokes! There's a Medivia subreddit. Luke, are you a part of this?
No.
Come on. When they have 83 readers, which means that they're basically as popular as Medivia was.
It's nice. That's awesome. Yeah, as far as like a more current one, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we play could be considered a hidden gem by gaming at large, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it was kind of a discussion
pretty
you
much.
and I were having earlier, is like, what defines a hidden gem? Because to us, something like, the example I use was Hollow Knight. We all heard of it, pretty much all played it, enjoyed it, real popular. But if you talk to the average gamer who is looking forward to next Call of Duty, I can guarantee they've never heard of it.
Right. Yeah, stuff
And even
like
things that kind of sort of blew up, but were like I played the first Katamari right when it came out, and to me that first one is kind of a hidden gem, but now it's not, because they've had
Right.
several sequels and it blew up, but at the time, like, nobody knew what this game was.
This
And
weird
even-
game with the blue cover and the ball of cows and trucks.
Yeah.
and
It was
Right.
like for a year or two, nobody knew what this thing was, and then all of a sudden they started making some sequels, and it got bigger. But
yeah, and even stuff like Don't Starve is another one I think of constantly,
Mhm.
where like that is such a cool little game, but most people have probably never.
Yeah, just
Never heard of
that's
it.
that's been it had multiple expansions and it's been ported to lots of different consoles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can define it. It's like art or porn. I know it when I see it.
It's not so much hidden, but it's still kind of a niche thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for that. Well, hey, go get your hidden gems and take them to the store and sell them, and then use that money to
buy biscuits and gravy with an egg
buy
on
biscuits and gravy with an egg on it.
seriously, change your life. Biscuits and gravy with an egg. Go do it. Go do it right now. I don't know. You're waiting.
Yeah.
on.
Hey, good news,
Denny's
show's
is still
over.
open. They have biscuits and gravy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's all go to Denny's right now. I'll meet you there in about 15 minutes. Get some B&G, we'll get some eggs, we'll do this evening upright. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. You can do that live every week, Saturdays, late at night at twitch.tv/questlogcast. You can get the show later if that isn't convenient for you for some reason, if you keep normal hours. You can do that at questlogcast.com, and we'll get it to you any way you want. You can email the show, mail at questlogcast.com. You can follow us on Twitter at questlogcast. So many ways you can let us know that you love us. So you should do that. It would be great. And that's episode 73, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the bag. We will be back next week, and we hope to see you then. Have a great night or day.
Take care.
Have a good one.